Welcome to lesson 7 of our NLP course. So in this we are going to talk about NLP with Regex in detail and revisiting our tokenization. So let's get started with this Regex journey. So for this lesson we have these slides. So today we're gonna revisit tokenization and regex in very detail. So tokenization will be not that much. It will like a simple part of it will be needed for this lesson, and I will revisit it. These are the highlights for today's video. This is the objective of today's video, and these are the outlines. First we will be visiting what is regex, then quantifiers, metacharacters. Well, then after this we're gonna I'm gonna share like what the basic syntax is and how we can get good in regex and uses of regex, pros and cons, and some exercises with a lot of fun. And yes, let's go with this lesson because it's very important. Regex is really important. We have to learn it. Let's go and get started. So in this lesson we're going to study what is regex. So what regex is. So let's find out what is regex. So regex is a sequence, is like a sequence of characters that defines a search pattern for finding or manipulating the text. So in simple words, it is a pattern matching or string matching language. So what are the uses of regex? So regex is like commonly used for tasks like email validation, passport number validation, and various other text-based data validation and manipulation tasks. So it allows you to define some patterns that will help to match and verify whether a given piece of text conforms to a specific format or maybe a structure, making it a versatile tool for tasks involving structured text data. So first let's find out some basics of regex to get started with some exercises. Let's see these regression expressions. So ABC means, in a bracket, it means whether it's gonna pick A, B or C. So let's take 1, 2, 3 as an example. So it's gonna pick 1, 2 or whether 3. So then we have the next expression, which is cap ABC. So this actually means like the cap character means not. So it's gonna pick anything except character ABC. So it's actually the negation for the first one. Then we have A to Z. So this hyphen means 2 in regex. So it's gonna pick anything from small a to Z. Then we have A to Z small. Then we have capital A to Z. So it's gonna pick anything from the capital A to Z. Then we have A to Z and A to Z, which is small and capital. So it's gonna pick anything out between those. Then we have 0 to 9 digits, which it's gonna pick one number from 0 to 9. We don't know what is gonna be. Let's talk about quantifiers for now. The syntax for quantifiers, I'll later explain what quantifiers are. So the first expression we have for our quantifiers is brace or brackets and question mark. So any expression within the brackets with a question mark at least gonna happen 0 or 1 time. So then we have brackets with plus, so it's gonna happen at least 1 or more times. With asterisk, it's gonna happen 0 or more times. So then we have bracket with braces n. So whenever we're gonna use braces, so with n, so what it actually means is like the amount of n, the amount of n in the braces, like it's for example 3, it's gonna happen at least the expression within the brackets gonna happen 3 times. So then we have brackets with n comma. First let me delete this so I can explain. So for we have done this. Now we have this expression n comma. So now n comma means is actually any expression with braces written the amount of n, maybe 3 with 5. So it's gonna happen at least 3 times, but or less than or more times than or more times, like for this the next value to n. Now we have x comma y. First let me delete all of this so we don't create mess. And okay, so the expression with x or y, any expression. So then we have x or y, amount of x may be 1 comma 3. So it's gonna happen at least less than 3 times, because the amount of z is here 3, so it's gonna happen at least less than 3 times. After we know the syntax of quantifier, let's know more about quantifiers, like what quantifiers are. So a quantifier in regular expressions, regex specifies how many times a character or group of characters, which is or expression, should occur in a pattern, like matching 0 or more with asterisk, or 1 or more with a symbol like plus, and the braces thing we see the n times it's gonna occur. So as we have seen the syntax for quantifiers, we can properly know that what quantifiers are for. So basically, in simple words, quantifiers just make sure how many times the expression gonna occur, and it's all about quantifier. Let's get started with meta characters and know about them, so that we can start with some exercises and actually know how to code in regex. So now let's talk about meta characters. So first we'll talk about meta characters and then we will see the syntax, because it's really important to know about its definition before we're gonna see the syntax. So a meta character is actually a special character that has a unique meaning and are not used as literals in a search expression. For example, /d means any digit. Meta characters are special source of regex. So let me explain this /d thing. We will see when we are gonna see the syntax. So the meta character is actually like made up of a escape sequence character, which is the slash. The slash is called escape sequence character, and any alphabet that has a meaning in regex, like D means digit, and here we also have a capital D, which means anything else, which means something else. I'll explain. So these meta characters, what they're gonna do is they're gonna tell computer to treat the following character not as a literal and search for that character. Like maybe if we write it as like without the escape sequence, only D, so it's gonna mean anything else. It's gonna be an alphabet in regex because we don't have any escape sequence. So with escape sequence it means something else. So meta characters are actually very useful, because if we're gonna see some regex code, we see how gibberish it looks like and how difficult it's gonna be to encode that code, and to understand what's the meaning of that code. So for these type of problems, to be very honest, with these meta characters, regex always looks so gibberish with along with these meta characters. So these meta characters are for our ease, to tell the computer to not treat it as a literal. So let's see the syntax so we can write the code and understand how to actually write code in regex. Now we actually know that what meta characters are and how they work. Now let's have a look on some meta characters and know how they work, and it will be really helpful writing over regex code. So the slash small alphabet D, it means any number 0 to 9. So no, we're not gonna write 0 to 9. We will just write /d, and computer will know what it means. So it's gonna pick anything from 0 to 9. Then we have capital D, which has a cap. In its meaning, it has a cap. It means the negation for the first one, for the /small d. So it's not gonna pick anything from 0 to 9. It will pick something else. So after this, we have small w. So small w let me clean this. Okay, so small w means it's gonna pick anything from 3 categories: small ABC, capital ABC, or 0 to 9. It's gonna pick anything any one thing from these three categories. Then we have capital W. Let me clean this as well. Okay. Then we have capital W. So what capital W means? Sorry. So this capital W actually is the negation for the third one. So it's not gonna pick anything out of these three categories from not small ABC, not capital ABC, and not the numbers as well. So now we know the basic syntax. Let's go ahead and solve some exercises. So now let's start with exercises. For these exercises are only basic, more understanding with basic syntax. So we will later write code. So our first problem is about having for coding a mobile for just coding a mobile number in basic syntax, which should start with 8 or 9 and should have total digits with of 10 amount. So first expression is it's in brackets we have 8 or 9, so it's gonna choose whether 8 or 9. Then we have 0 to 9, so it's gonna choose any one number from 0 to 9. So the 9 in braces, as I told, it's a loop, so it's gonna happen 9 times. So 0 to 9 each 9 times, each time it will occur 9 times, and each time it will pick a different number. So or maybe same, but not all will be the same. So 9 plus 1 will be 10, and we will have a 10 or 10 total of 10 numbers in our mobile. Then our second statement is first character uppercase contains lowercase alphabets after it, only one digit allowed in between. So first we're gonna add some we're gonna add a uppercase alphabet. So it's gonna pick one alphabet from A to Z, from uppercase alphabet A to Z. Then we have A to Z in small alphabets with because of asterisk it's gonna happen 0 or more times. We studied, right? So then we have 0 to 9, so it's gonna pick any one number because it's allowed in between C. And after that we have A to Z, again some lowercase alphabets which is gonna happen at least 0 or more times because of the asterisk. And then we have the third problem, which is having an email ID. Let me write it so you can get better. So finally deleting this. Okay, so the third problem is which is creating an email ID. This may cause some problem because we're gonna this is the basic syntax. We're gonna add the code later. So first we're gonna choose any lowercase alphabets for our email ID. So like we divided into 4 parts: noor123@gmail.com. So first we're gonna focus on the noor123 or username, kind of username we can say. So first we have A to Z, small A to Z and capital A to Z. Then we have some numbers maybe included in our username. So in our username we can also have some an underscore, a hyphen and a full stop because it's allowed while creating a Gmail ID. You can just focus on you can just see when you are creating. Then we have at the rate. We are focusing on at the rate. Then we have A to Z, again some alphabets like gmail.com or yahoo.com, and then we have a dot, and after it we have A to Z, which is in a kind of loop which is gonna happen with a limit. So which is gonna happen with 2 or 3 times, at least it will happen 2 to 3 times. Okay, so whether it's gonna be IT or me right whether it's gonna be IT or IN, because it's gonna happen at least 2 times, or we can have .com or .xyz or any other combination of letters which have 3 alphabets in it. As I told you the uses of regex first. So like regex can be used for email validation, passport number validation and other uses. So now I'm going to tell some more uses. So it includes find and search. So find and search, as like regex is used to locate specific patterns or text within a larger document or dataset, making it valuable for quick information retrieval. Then we have find and replace. So find and replace is like it enables the identification and substitution of specific patterns or text if it desire alternatives, like streamlining text editing tasks. Then we have cleaning. So what is cleaning in regex and how we can use it? So regex is handy like for data processing. It is so handy where it helps to remove or reformat unwanted text or characters, enhancing data quality and consistency. Then we have some pros and cons of regex. So the advantages includes like oh, I just mixed up advantages and disadvantages. Let me just modify it. Okay, so what are the disadvantages of regex? So regex can is not very efficient or scalable. So it's simple. Consume a lot of memory and CPU time. As I told, regex is so gibberish, and it takes a lot of logic to build something. When the situation or the problem gets harder, it can be so gibberish, and it takes a lot of memory in our CPU. So then it can get confusing as it will be gibberish, and so it will be so confusing for us to debug it when we have any issue. And what are the advantages of regex? Why we should use regex? So first, it is very concise and it can run very quickly. So but in some situations it can get slow as well. So then we have the second advantage, which is ported across languages. They are not definitely just a Python thing, yeah, and very powerful. So regex is like not for Python. It is used in markup languages as well, HTML and all, and in JavaScript as well. Now we're gonna solve some exercises with writing our code in Python regex. So it will be a great exercise and great practice for us. So the first problem is the phone number problem, which is very common, and the first problem we solve in regex when practicing it. So the first problem is a phone number problem. Suppose we are given some data that includes phone numbers like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 with hyphens, and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0 without hyphens, and 101 Howard. 101 Howard, which is you can clearly see it's not a number, it's some kind of error in our data set. So some of the phone numbers have different formats like hyphens and no hyphens, as I told before. So also there are some errors in the data, like 101 is not a Howard is not a phone number. So how we can find all the phone numbers? So here's the solution for it. Let me explain what I did in the solution. So first we are gonna import the regex in our Python. This most important thing, RE module, which provides support for regular expressions. Okay, then we are creating a list called data. Here you can see a list called data. This is a small data. So we are practicing firstly we are practicing it, first time we are practicing it, so I use the small data, but later on you can shift to big data as you know more about regex. So we are creating a list called data that contains various strings, some of which are phone numbers in different formats, and others are non-phone number strings. Non-phone number strings like 101 Howard is the only which is non-phone number, and the others are not formatted. Then the third thing we are doing is we define a regex pattern C. Here defining a pattern to match phone numbers in different formats. Let me explain what is here. So we define a regex pattern using the pattern variable C. We created a variable called pattern. So this pattern is designed to match phone numbers in different formats. Here's a breakdown of the pattern. So let me explain. So /b /b, it means B, the escape sequence with V means, as I told, it is a meta character. So this meta character means it matches a word boundary to ensure we only capture complete phone numbers. Okay, so then we have a question mark. we all question mark with colon and other expression. After it we have our expression. See, we have other expression. So this question mark and colon means it is a non-capturing group to group the various phone numbers formats. Okay, and then we have okay, slash d meta character with 3 to with the loop of 3, then again meta character with the loop of 3, and then 4. So it actually matches the phone number, it actually matches the format with hyphens. For example, 123 slash 456 slash 7890. Okay, so then we have slash let me see, where is it, slash, okay, uh okay, so this is what our pattern is, and again in the end we are using that d thing. Okay, so then we have some empty lists, non-formatted and formatted. We initialize our two empty lists. So there there these lists will be used to store the matched phone numbers and non-formatted strings respectively. See, it's so simple. We are using some functions here and appending it in our lists, and then we get our result. So this one was the most formatted, this one is the most common formatted one, so we use it as a formatted phone numbers. As I told, we are filtering out the those hyphen formatted phone numbers. So here is the hyphen formatted, and these other of these are the non-formatted ones. So a reminder, be specific as possible, because I told you it can get so confusing. It is really so confusing if we are coding a complex problem in it. Then the other exercise is revisiting tokenization. So sometimes we also use tokens while using regex. So we will be revisiting our tokenization. So I think I need to explain this pattern again, because it may have some confusion, because I skipped two things. So as we know, there's this escape sequence with b character is gonna match a word boundary to ensure we only capture complete phone numbers. Okay, so it won't capture something like this, only this part, or only the last letters. So okay, this is for the reason I told. Okay, then we have a question mark and colon. So what does question mark and colon mean? So this is actually a non-capturing group to group the various phone numbers formats. So it can group all these various format phone numbers. Then we have slash d 3 with the loop of 3, and slash d again with the loop of 3, and then with 4. So what it's gonna do is it is gonna match the formatted phone numbers with hyphens. So it's simple, like 123 hyphen 456 hyphen 7890. And then we have slash d 10. So what this 10 is gonna do, it is gonna loop through 10, it is gonna loop 10 times. So it will match the format without hyphens with the length of 10. Okay, because all phone numbers are 10, it should be 10. Okay, so then we have slash d again, slash d with 3 again, all that. Okay, so what this means, it matches the phone numbers with parentheses. So we also have this kind of data. See, it has parentheses with these 3 numbers with the initials of it. So and then we again have slash b, and again these simple logic for just expanding our list. The next thing we're gonna do is let me see. Okay, so the next thing is revisiting tokenization, as I told. So first we are importing the regex module for regular expressions, simple. Then we have input text variable with a text variable contains a simple text input. So it is hello world. This is a simple example of tokenization. So then we have we are defining a regex pattern for tokenization. So a regular expression pattern. So it is a regular expression pattern. this is the pattern. So this pattern tokenizes the text by matching either words with words slash b, double slash b, double slash w plus, and double slash b. So what it means is any sequence of word characters like letters, digits, or underscores surrounded by word boundaries. Then we have punctuation characters like full stop, comma, exclamation mark, question mark, or semicolon. So what it means is like any of the specified punctuation characters we are finding these. Okay. Then the fourth thing is uh, re dot find all. So it's gonna find all of these. So this function is used to tokenize the text based on the defined pattern, storing the tokens in the tokens variable. Here we are storing it. Okay. So after it, finally it prints out the resulting list of tokens, which updates the input text into words and punctuation marks, providing a basic example of our text tokenization. Okay. So after this we have regex versus string methods. Regex and string methods can be used in some areas as competing each other. In some areas regex will be winning, and in some areas string methods can be useful and winning. So the first comparison is string methods are easier to understand. We know string is like in basics of Python, and string methods express in the intent more clearly. We can see it's not gibberish, and it's very simple to understand. Then we have regex, which can handle much broader use cases, because string is for a simple use case and we can't use it with more complex things. So regex can be language independent. Regex is also used in JavaScript, Python, markup languages, as I told. And then we have the third usage of regex, which is it can be faster at some scales. So we're gonna see some examples where regex will be winning, or either string method will be winning. So let's see and compare them. So for regex and string methods comparison, first we have this example where regex will lose. So in this, what so first let's understand what this code is again. So this is the email problem that we did before with the basic syntax. Now it's in coding. So let me explain. So here's a simple first we are importing regex, simple. Then we have a simple text variable, and after that we have a pattern variable that includes a pattern. So this expression pattern is defined to search for email addresses within the text, within our text. So here we have two email addresses, john@example.com and alice@gmail.com. So then let's find out what this pattern is. So the slash b with a to z, capital A to z, and small a to z with digits 0 to 9, including a full stop and underscore and percentage, so and plus minus. So matches the local part of email address, allowing for letters, digits, and special characters defined here. Then we have plus with @. So @ with a to z, capital A to z, small a to z, digits 0 to 9 with a dot. So it matches the symbol @ followed by a domain part of email address, which can include all letters, digits, dots, and hyphens. See, here is a hyphen as well. I accidentally skipped it. Okay, so then we have a slash with a dot. Then we have capital A to Z with a pipe, small a to z, with a loop of 2 to 7 times with slash p. So what this does is it matches the top level domain TLD part, ensuring it consists 2 to 7 letters. Okay, then we have the regex dot find all function. It is used to find all email addresses that matches the defined pattern in our pattern variable. Okay, so then the result are stored in then the results are stored in emails variable, and we're gonna print the email variable here. See, it was so simple. And then we have our simple email addresses extracted out. Then we have str method with this same problem. Okay, so this code actually does the same. So let's see what why is this one so simple and this one was so complicated in front of this one. So see, with str method is so easy. Let me explain it as well so you can get it more better. Okay, so for this one, this code will search through the words in the text and then identifies that email addresses by checking for full stop for .com. Okay, so dot, not a full stop. Okay, and then adds them to the email list. We have an email list. First we initialized it as well. See here, it's initialized. Then we are appending it. Finally it prints the found email addresses. So it was so simple, simpler than the regex method. Okay, then for our second example, okay, here regex will win. Okay, let's see how. So for our code 3, for our example 2, so first is importing the regex over regex, and then it will validate email. Okay, we have email stored in an email stored john@example.com in email variable. So then we have regex.match pattern and email. So this re.match function checks if the email matches the defined pattern. It's so simple, the thing we did, okay, before. So it is simple, you can get it easily because we have practiced so much till now. So then it matches the defined pattern from the start to end. So then it prints valid email address if the email is valid on the based of on the pattern. Otherwise it will print invalid email address is so okay, so see, valid email address is printed because it's cool, it's okay, john@example.com. Then we have it with string method. See, with string method it's so, now with string method it's so complicated. It's so it's so big and with a lot of logic in between. So the thing is, it's so simple, you can even check it after. So the thing is, sometimes we have to use regex and sometimes we have to use str. So it depends on you, how much you practice and how much did you get it, because with the passage of time you will get where to use regex, where to use str. There is no formula to use it. Okay, so then we have some regex errors. So let's discuss about them. Common regex errors. So it includes the syntax errors, the most common ones: misspelled or missing characters like unescaped special characters or unbalanced parentheses can cause us syntax errors. Second, overdue of dot. So the dot matches any character. So overusing it can lead us to unindented matches. So yeah, because syntax in regex means a lot, it has an importance, so we have to take care of it. Then we have third error, which is incorrect quantifiers. So we studied what quantifiers are, right? So using quantifiers like asterisk, plus or question mark without proper context can result in unexpected matches. Like asterisk has its different use, plus has its different use, question mark has its different use, so it can lead you to different results. Greediness. So by default regex is greedy, matching as much as possible. So to avoid it, use non-greedy quantifiers like dot question mark instead of dot. So you can search for it, because there are a lot more quantifiers I told you, so you can search for them when you are writing even more complex regex. Then lack of anchors. Failing to anchor patterns like cap and this $sign can lead to unindented matches within longer strings. So okay, then I have some resources that are really useful to explore Regex more, as you can use it in your further coding life. So here are some of my favorites and good Regex resources. Then we have some Regex useful tools. I even made my own Regex cheat sheet, which you can get from the resources of this course. So that was it for today's video. See you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.